Let's learn together how to draft the basic sleeves using the NATALIE BRAYS method. Now you do not want to skip any part of this video, as I'm going to be showing you how to draft a perfect sleeve for your next project. Please do not forget to like, subscribe and comment, and let's get right into it. First things first, we are going to learn how to take accurate measurements for our sleeves, because if you do not have perfect measurements, you might end up with a very funny sleeve. So I've gone ahead to unfold my sleeve, just as you can see, to reveal the shoulder point. That point I'm touching right now is the shoulder point, and from that point we'll be taking our first measurement. From the shoulder point, measure down 10 cm. I'll go ahead to use my pen and mark that 10 cm point on my upper arm, and then from that point you just measured. Adjust your tape well and take it round that point. Do not measure it too tightly, and when you are done, take note of the measurement. In my case, I had 30 cm and I'm going to write it down. The next measurement we are going to be taking is length of arm. It is the length we use for long sleeves, if that makes sense. So you are going to fold your hand just the way I'm doing right now. Then take your tape from the shoulder point down to the elbow and then to your wrist. If someone is close to you, please tell them to help you in this measurement. I was all alone, so I struggled with it. From that point, I'm taking it down to my elbow and finally to the back of my wrist. My camera did not capture this point, but when you get to the back of your wrist, you are going to note that measurement. Mine was 59 cm. There are cases where you want your sleeve to stop just by the elbow, so you do this by following the same method like we did before, but you're just going to stop at the elbow and note that measurement. Even if you want to attach peplum or something to the sleeve, that's the method to go about length the elbow measurement. And lastly, for the wrist measurement, just take it a bit loose around the wrist so your hand can pass through the sleeves while removing your clothes. You do not need that measurement for this tutorial, because we are going to be learning how to draft the straight sleeve, but if we were to draft the shaped sleeve, we'll be needing this measurement, and I'll be sharing it sometime in future when I'll be making a jacket. If you are going to be sewing for commercial sizes, there might be no need taking all these measurements by yourself. The table you are seeing on your screen right now is the table of sleeve proportions, and as you can see, we have the size, top arm measurement, sleeve size, crown depth, point B, elbow width, waist and length of arm. So all those measurements are there already. It's just a matter of copying what size fits and using for drafting. The materials we need for this project is displayed right now on the screen, and I'm going to explain. I have my basic bodice here as well, and I'm just using it to confirm the armhole size, and I did that off camera. The next step we are going to be taking now is to determine the amount of paper required for this drafting. Over to the width of paper required. Now the width of paper required depends on the kind of dress you'll be making. For regular blouses, just use the top arm measurement plus 5 cm. My top arm measurement was 30 cm, so 30 cm plus 5 cm will be 35 cm, and the width of my paper is going to be 35 cm. After I'm done marking, I'm making it into a straight line using my ruler. The 5 cm we've added is a constant for fitted blouses, but for free blouses, jackets and coats, I'll be leaving the additions on the screen so you'll know how much you'll be adding to your top arm measurement. And now the length of paper I'm going to be using will be the length of my arm, or sleeve length, minus 1 cm. I had 59 cm, so 59 minus 1 cm gives 58 cm, and that is what I'm marking right now, from the top of the paper down to 58 cm. And when I'm done, I'll go ahead and join it using my ruler just like I did for the width, and I'll cut this part out of the paper before drafting. We'll begin the drafting of these sleeves by folding this paper on the width part into 4. So what I'm doing at first is to fold into 2 at the center. Just take your time on this, and please do not rush this process. Make sure the 2 parts align evenly at the sides, or you can just use your tape, but this is the easier and simple way of doing this. From the sides, you'll be folding again towards the center that you just created right now. Just press the paper in order to have a straight crease. When you are done with that left side, you do same for the right side. By the time you open up this paper, you will observe that we have 3 lines. Using your marker or pen, you are going to be drawing out these lines. What to do next is marking the depth of the sleeve crown. There are 2 ways to go about this. You can use the table as your reference, and that is more accurate. Check the table where you have your sleeve size, just go ahead and use the sleeve crown, or divide your sleeve size by 3 and add 1 cm. Mark it from the top as you can see and join it into a straight line. Label is always very important, so I've labeled the line depth of crown, also known as the DC line. The line on the left I'm labeling as the back, while the one on the right I'm labeling as front, or you can just write B and F respectively. When you go through the table once again, you'll be seeing the value for B, so whatever value you have, measure from the top on that B line and mark that measurement. For my sleeve size, the measurement of B is 5.5 cm and I've gone ahead to mark. Then at point F is point B plus 0.5 cm, so 5.5 cm plus 0.5 cm is 6 cm, and that's the measurement I'm marking at this point. We'll be going ahead to link this point, as you can see right now, from the center point to point B that I just marked, and from point B to the side. You'll be doing this also for the other part of the sleeve. This is what we have now, and we'll be measuring all these lines and dividing into 2, just as you can see on the screen. So from the side to point B, I've divided into 2 simply by folding my tape into 2, and I've marked that point. From the center to point B again, I'll fold my tape into 2 and mark that measurement as well. I'll repeat that for the center to point F and from point F to the side. First point you marked between the side and points B, come down by 1 cm, and from the point between the center and points B, go up by 1 cm. From the point between the center and point F, go up by 1.2 cm, and from the point between point F and the side, go down by 2 cm. When you are done, you are going to use your curve to connect all these points, just like I'm doing right now. Please make sure that the curves are passing through the point you marked earlier. At this juncture, you want to turn your paper upside down and fold the sleeves just as you see me do right here, like you did before. Just fold the 2 parts towards the center. Turn the paper to the other side, and from the center point, mark the length to elbow measurement, just as I'm doing on the B line. And when you are done, use your ruler to join these 2 points. It is going to give you a kind of slanted line, and it's totally fine. Unfold your paper, and using a ruler, rule a line from that point you just marked on the B line. That is going to serve as your elbow line, or you can just fold that point to get a straight line before using your ruler to make it into a straight line. Label at this point elbow line. Flip the paper again for the last time to the other side and fold again like we did earlier. And now from the edge of that point B line, go ahead and mark 2.5 cm. Then using your ruler, join from this point towards the edge of point F on the other side. It is going to give you a slant line. Then using your scissors, cut out on this slant line. Open up and you are going to see how the sleeve looks. Now the sleeve is longer on the back side and shorter on the front side. You can also use this method if you want your sleeve to stop at the elbow. Cut out on the curves on the top part of your sleeves, as I'm doing right now, to have your sleeve head. Last but not least, I'm going to mark balance marks so that you can easily match up your sleeves when sewing. I'm taking it 7 cm up and 5 cm down, and you'll be notching this line when you cut out your fabric so that matching it up will be very easy. Thank you so much for watching till this point. Bye.